We got the sport. We're going to be talking about digital currency as well, but now we're going to talk about art from Uganda. And our next guest is a 22-year-old artist who's opened an exhibition about vitiligo. That's the skin condition which is caused by a lack of melanin pigment. It leads to pale white patches on the skin. And by some, it's seen as a curse. Martin Senkubuge, the artist, wanted to learn more about the condition and also teach others along the way. So he started doing portraits of people with vitiligo. Martin joins us now from Kampala. Warm welcome to the show. Can I ask, with all the stigma around it, how did you find your subjects for these portraits?
Yeah, it was on the 28th of September and 2019, and I had done an art piece which was called Melanin Tattoo, where I was addressing bleaching, and I was talking about people shouldn't remove their natural skin, that tattoo, the permanent tattoo from God. So in my claims, I claimed that out of my misinformation, that Michael Jackson had bleached, he wanted to turn white,
Right.
all sorts of, accusations and accusations. And it was from a misinformed point of view because of what society carries on. And so a lady who was interested in buying this art piece bounced back when I explained in that kind of way. And she's like, I'm detached from the artwork. I'm so sorry. She was about to pay $365. And she just said, I'm detached because of you claiming and blaming Michael Jackson. And she informed me about his skin condition, vitiligo. And from there, and actually her question was, I thought artists make research before presenting their work, and all that got onto my mind. When I went back home in my studio, I decided to research about vitiligo, and only to discover it's something that has been within society that I never knew.
And exactly, and it's been ignored. So it's very humble of you to kind of take it on board, the criticism, and then do something about it. But with the stigma, how did you find the people to paint the portraits of? What did you tell them you wanted to do?
It was quite difficult for me, the fact that so many creatives have come to them, seeing it as an opportunity of addressing a problem and then maybe attracting funding and all sorts of things. And the mindset has always been money-minded, But me getting to them, I explained as a student, first of all, as a young child, and I approached people who were older than me a little bit. And I got over 60 contacts, but it was too hard for me to explain myself until I fully sacrificed my time, dedication to constantly question them, call them, talk to them over phone call for over an hour or two.
And how did you convince them then? I mean, they've been stung in the past, obviously, by people taking advantage of them. What did you tell them you wanted to do? You wanted to celebrate them, I suppose?
Exactly. I came with a sense of inclusiveness. I told them about how special and unique they are, and they need to show that, because no one else is going to recognize it until they are able to come out boldly, because it's the public that stares. So it's the public that must watch their pride and beauty, and it's what I always communicated to them.
Now, I think what's crucial to this is your style, and I just have to describe very briefly to our listeners what the pictures look like. I mean, you are an incredibly skillful, an astonishingly skillful draftsman. You do drawings, portraits, which actually, if you don't pay attention, look like photographs. So you really have to pay attention to see what it is that you're looking at. That's part of the point, I suppose, isn't it? You're making me look harder at people with vitiligo than I normally would.
Exactly. I'm so thankful. Actually, it was so intentional. After me discovering that I had this kind of potential, instead of doing the celebrities, instead of doing the famous people, I bothered myself and risked to start with the infamous and make them famous, because I knew it was going to capture attention. Being misunderstood, maybe someone might think it's a photograph or something else. So hyper-realism is something amazing, and thank you so much for appreciating.
Listen, thank you. I mean, your skill is utterly extraordinary, Martin. Thank you very much indeed for coming on the show and explaining why he decides to do portraits of people with vitiligo, the sort of the skin whitened condition. But if you have a chance, look up Martin Senkubuge's pictures, because the realism of them is actually quite shocking.
You're listening to Newsday from the BBC with Lawrence and Connie.